The reason why I started with this platform, okay, I want to share that with you in a bit, very quickly. The reason why I started with Tuntum Network and I purposefully made it a continental show is because if you look around the continent of Africa, we hardly engage. If we don't travel to other countries in Africa, there isn't a real platform where Africans are communicating and sharing ideas in real time. In real time, I mean. Most of the communication we are doing is in comments. When a video is posted on YouTube, when a video is posted on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, that is when you see people commenting. Ghana, Nigeria, Banta. That is after a video has been posted. We don't really have a platform that gives you that opportunity in real time to talk and communicate. So we hardly hear from people in Rwanda. We don't know what is going on in the DRC. In real time, we want to have that platform that gives us the opportunity, whether on YouTube or TikTok. We want to have that opportunity. Orlando Southensburg. What's happening, my brother? Thank you for joining us on YouTube. So we created this platform so that no matter where you are as an African, whether you are in Europe, you are on the continent of Africa, in North America, South America, Asia, Australia, wherever you find yourself, we want to hear from you in real time, not in recorded video. We don't want to be doing recorded video. We want to hear from you in real time. That is what is different from us. So from morning 8:30 a.m. Ghana time to night 8:30 p.m. Ghana time, we are bringing you different programs that will be engaging people. That is what we're planning to do. We want to engage people. We want to give people the opportunity to call in. And afterwards, we post the videos on YouTube for those who couldn't watch for reasons of time difference and all of that. Guys, so this is what we are planning to do. We have finally concluded on our test transmission. Everything is working perfectly. And moving forward, maybe on Wednesday, we'll decide. And then from Wednesday, we'll start rolling out all the programs that we had in mind in real time. When you call in, you are calling in to an ongoing program, an event, not a recorded one. Switch the camera so they see. Hold on. Switch the camera so they see what is happening on this side, so that when people join me on the platform, they will see them. Switch the cameras. All right, that will be the second person who will be joining me on the platform. Switch to the third one. That will be the third one. So that is it. So 3 people will be sharing the stage together, myself and 2 other people. You've made a massive progress and I love it. Well done, bro. Tuntum. This is coming from Ajay Bafor Samuel. Ajay Bafor Samuel on YouTube says, we've made a massive progress and he loves what we are doing. And he says, you've done well. Wow. Ajay, we couldn't have done this without you. Listen, when we show up and you don't show up, there is no show. So every time we show up and you see you guys show up, that is when we have the encouragement to do even more. So thank you so much for also being a part of this. Thank you so much. I love the way you do your work. This is coming from Dear Wubeduano Wubecha. Dear Wubeduano Wubecha on YouTube. Man, your name is interesting. Dear Wubeduano Wubecha on YouTube. Dear Wubeduano Wubecha means whatever you sow is whatever you reap. That is in the Akan language. Whatever you sow is whatever you reap. I wish we could get somebody from maybe South Africa or Nigeria or Sierra Leone or Uganda or Kenya. I wish we could get somebody like that online right now to call in. Do we have anybody from any of these countries? South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali. Mali is now becoming one of my favorite countries. Burkina Faso, one of my favorite countries now. Emperor Khan. All right, put him on. Put the Emperor Khan on. Emperor.
Yes, sir. Virus is about
Emperor, what's happening?
Charlie, I've been around. It's not that every day I see that Cyrus has come alive. I have to stop. always a show.
When you
That
say
is
stuff like that, it gives me goosebumps all over my body. It's like for the first time I'm doing something right. At least I know I'm doing something right. That somebody feels the need to come on my live whenever he sees the prompt that I'm live. Thank you so much, Emperor. Thank you so much. What's up?
Cyrus, you are doing a good job, and I'm not just saying it for saying it.
Wow.
You are really doing an amazing job,
Thank you,
and
guys.
words cannot explain.
Wow.
You know, the mainstream media has become propaganda stations,
Mm.
and I hate watching them. In fact, I don't watch TV at all. So that is why I cannot meet you. So you talk about real things that happens on the ground, and I do want to contribute today about
Mm.
Obuasi and whatever you have to offer.
Yes, talk to us about Obuasi. I'm actually doing an episode which I'll post on YouTube tonight. It is devastating. But let's hear from your perspective. What's happening?
Cyrus, first I want to start by thanking everyone for
Hold on. Emperor, hold on. I want to confirm from those who are on YouTube if you can hear me and hear the caller. Guys on YouTube, can you hear the caller? Can you hear Emperor Khan? George, can you hear him on YouTube? Emperor, speak. Let's see if they can hear you too. On TikTok,
Yeah,
that's
try
fine.
one to YouTube. YouTube, can you hear me?
Can you hear him, George?
Emperor here, the white lion.
Can you hear him?
Hello, YouTube, can you hear me?
They can hear him. All right. Yes. Okay. Darling Barnabas says, yes, we can hear you. Nice one. Emperor, all for you. You have the floor.
Yes. Cyrus, I think that is about time
Mm.
that we learn from history. I
Mm.
think as Ghanaians, we do very well in remembering our history, but we never do a good job learning from them. And why am I saying this? With the brutalities of I'm not going to say just the army, but I'm going to put all them together. The security services,
Mm.
the brutalities from those guys, the real citizens on the ground is uncalled for, and I think something must be done about that.
Emperor, let me ask you this question. Who do you think gave the order for the soldiers to fire? Is it coming from the CEO of Anglo Gold Ashanti? Is it coming from a politician sitting somewhere? Who would you think they gave that order?
Cyrus, I'm not good at guessing games, but I know one thing for certain:
Okay.
that the recruitment of the security people these days is not the best, and something needs to be done about it.
Mm.
I don't want to go political because it's going to change the whole perspective of the conversation. I think something must be done about it, and I'm in no position to point fingers when I don't know who really did it. I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that they think Captain Smart from Onia TV said something, and I've heard a video from himself claiming that that video they are referring to is from 2023. I don't know what to believe at this point. I think that was awful what the military men did, and it's not just the military. It happened in 2020 election. People were shot. I don't care whether or not those people were from the NDC or what they went there to do. They were Ghanaians, and if it had happened to people who belong to MPP, I would have said the same. It is not a good practice. And besides, I think I saw the last time that John Mahama came up with people sit on a committee to, constitutional review committee. I think the constitution must be reviewed at the point that the towns and the places where mining are taking place, they should have a quota in our mining. Because I don't think when you go to Obuasi, you go to Kenya in the Bono region and other places, Prestia and Co. The the towns in which the mining is taking place does not look like places where all those wealth is coming from. And I don't think that should be the case. I think they should have a significant amount uh, they should have a portion from what is being taken from their places. And I think laws should be made to protect such people. Because if you go to Obuasi right now, I was having a conversation with a guy from there, and he was saying, today in Obuasi, If you plant something, it doesn't grow. Their lands are so destroyed. Cyrus, I don't want to talk much.
I hear
The
you.
point is, the point is, uh, that we have to look at it again. Because how the recruitment of the security services are being done is not the best. I think there has to be a review, and I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, White Lion, aka Emperor Khan. Thank you so much for sharing that piece with us. What is happening in Obuasi Anglo Gold Ashanti mines? 8 people, we are told, are gunned down by the military. They gunned them down close range. If you look at the pictures, George, do you have some of the pictures there to show them? Okay, we'll put it. We'll bring them up later. If you look at some of the pictures of how these guys died, it's so pathetic. Close range, and this is a guy who grew up in the barracks. I grew up in the barracks, so I know the sound of an AK-47. I know the damage an AK-47 can do, especially if it's close range. And when you see people's limbs in one place and their body in another place, you know that the gun was fired at a close range. Somebody's foot is sitting somewhere and the hand is elsewhere, and the body is scattered all over the place, and it all came from a gunshot. My question is, who will make such an order? Who will give such an order to the soldiers to fire? At the end of the day, that person should be investigated. What will prompt such a person to say, fire, 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 and kill all those young people? But for those who joined me this morning and those who are watching me on YouTube, I did an episode this morning. In fact, we did a live show this morning, and I was talking about it. That when you go to the mining site, the kind of problem, the kind of people you find there, the kind of personalities you find there should be a reason why the government will have to look at the whole thing again and restructure our mining system. Maybe it's about time we shut down all forms of mining in this country and really take a look at the whole thing and see how we go forward from there, because it is not getting better. The other day in South Africa, I think 2 days ago, in South Africa, same thing happened. Illegal miners also suffered the same thing. And it is happening everywhere. But we need to figure out a way to solve it. The youth in those mining communities, there should be a permanent stuff, something for them to be doing. We need to re-educate them, because they have gotten to a point where they feel like farming is long term. You farm for a year, you make just about $200, $300 from farming for a year. You farm for a year, you are making just about, maximum you are making about $500 for a year. Meanwhile, if he goes to the mining site illegally and works, he can walk back home with about $100. That is what the youth are saying. And the moment you want to stop them from going to site, the next question they want to ask you is, how do I sustain my wife and kids? Ladies and gentlemen, these are the problems we have in the country. If you have a message, please put it across, whether on YouTube or on TikTok. We'll read it out to you on this platform. Welcome to Tuntum Network. This is our live session. We have been working on this behind the scenes for a while. I think this is the time. And I saw someone, our darling Barnabas, say, bro, get YouTube Premium. I'll look into it. If YouTube Premium means it's going to give us better pictures than what we have right now, I'll look into it. Because I like the pictures on TikTok. It looks very rich. On phone, YouTube is good. Oh, wait, let me check it out from here. Let me check my phone. Maybe I'm totally mistaken. Let me see. A lot of adverts on what do you call, on the phone. Oh, okay. Not that bad. Okay, so the computer screen is different. All right. I think we have to leave it. I'll look into the premium thing for YouTube and see if there is any additional. I'm sure there are additional whatever they add to it to make it even more premium. So we'll look into it. But for those who have been in Accra, Ghana, who have read the news about Ghana, that is what is happening. For those who are reading news about Nigeria, Nigeria is now a partner of the BRICS. I've done an episode on this. I've posted it on my YouTube. Please check it out if you haven't. Nigeria is now a partner. This morning I took my time to break down what it means for Nigeria to be a partner. The advantages, the disadvantages. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not all advantageous. I took my time to break it down, especially if you're a country that is not producing. If you are not producing, you are at a disadvantage. If you are not producing, you are going to be at a disadvantage. Let me read a message from here. Anita Casely Wilberforce says, hello, Cyrus. I am here. You have done it again. Great topic. You are the best. Thanks for keeping us informed. Thank you so much, Anita Casely Wilberforce. Thank you so much for the support. The reason why you have to look critically at what is happening with the BRICS is this. You see, the BRICS is giving members of the BRICS a huge platform. I said it this morning. The BRICS is giving the members a huge platform for the community of countries that will come together. Now, what it means is the moment you become a member, a full member, at this point Nigeria is a partner. Nigeria and 8 other countries, they are all partners. The moment you become a full member of the BRICS community, it means your country is now opened to all the BRICS countries coming in and trading with you. What does that mean? It means China, who is a member of the BRICS, is going to produce and ship to your country per the arrangement or the agreements according to the BRICS. So China will be given access to come into your country and trade. Russia is coming, India is coming, Brazil is coming. And what did I say this morning? These are the 4 giants of manufacturers in all of the world. These are the biggest manufacturers in the world. When it comes to agricultural produce, you go to Brazil. When you come to products like electronics and those kind of things, you go to China and India. When you go to aircraft and those kind of stuff, you go to Brazil and Russia. So there are so many things these guys are producing. Now, when you become a member of BRICS, take for instance Nigeria, take for instance South Africa, Uganda. When you become a full member of BRICS, it means China is going to export so much to your country. But my question to you is, what are you going to also export to their country? Because the door is open and it's a mutual door. Whether you are exporting or not, they have the right to export to your country. So what are you going to export? And nobody's waiting for you to get it right, package it right before you export. That is what it means. China will produce at the cheapest cost and then ship it to your country. Now, what are you going to ship to China? And bear in mind, whatever you are shipping to China, is it something the Chinese don't have or don't have a comparative advantage over you in terms of production? It is going to be very tricky, very, very tricky in the future. Very tricky in the future. In the sense that if you're a member of the BRICS and you are not producing, it will be a disadvantage to you. It will become, your country will become a dumping spot. Countries will just be dumping their produce into your country because you're a member and you have nothing to produce. And even the small businesses in your country, before you know it, all those small manufacturers and businesses in your country are collapsed because the big companies from China and India and Brazil and Russia are coming in with all their goods at a cheaper price, and the local business people are going to suffer. So all this you have to look at. If you are really going into BRICS, make sure you are prepared to produce something. If it is cocoa you are taking to the BRICS, make sure you have the numbers, you have the quantities available. Yeah, that is what I mean. If it is oil, make sure you can produce enough to ship to these countries, so that whilst they ship to you, you ship to them. It is mutual. But if you sit there and just be so excited about being a member of the BRICS and everybody is praising your country, at the end of the day, you are not going to benefit from it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the reality on the ground. The reality is this. When you become a member of the BRICS, make sure your country is producing something, or else it will be a disadvantage to your economy because your currency is going to be weakened and your local manufacturers are going to suffer. If you have a divergent opinion on this, you can call me. Call in on TikTok. I'm afraid those on YouTube cannot call in. If you have a divergent opinion on this, call in on TikTok. Let's chit chat on this. Let's break this thing down. Is anybody calling in on TikTok? All right. So we talked about the killings of the illegal miners in Ghana over the weekend. We also spoke about the Nigerians joining BRICS as partners, It is not just Nigeria, it is also Uganda. So who is there? Emperor Khan is back. Emperor.
You are talking about a different topic. I have to be here.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Yes.
Personally, I love the BRICS.
Right.
And if you check geopolitics, right now America is stripping, and they are too much involved in propaganda, and they are using their currency to blackmail the other countries that do not have the same power as them. I don't like that fact. On that mere fact, I think Ghana should be in a position to join the BRICS. Maybe they should consider it. Maybe I'm not seeing things like I should, but I'm more open. And I think how America is behaving and threatening to sanction people if you do not go with how they want to do things, that is uncalled for. I don't think that is the right thing. Ghana should begin to think that to join the BRICS.
Okay, so this is. I have two different opinions on what you just said. It is true America is using their currency to blackmail other countries. That is very true. The BRICS, they proposed a common currency. We don't know if that is going to be effected. From 2009, the BRICS idea came to being, and they started around June with the 5 countries, China, India, Brazil, Russia. There was a proposed currency by BRICS. We don't know what is happening. We don't know how trading will be done right now among the BRICS countries. So let's say they overcome the dollar problem, the dollarization problem. Let's say they overcome it. My challenge has to do with, what does African countries who are members of BRICS bring to the table in terms of export? Remember, all the other countries like China, Russia, India, Brazil, they are already producing. So the moment the whole platform is set right and the get-go is prompted, they are going to start moving produce and goods, services across their member countries. What is Nigeria going to move? What is Uganda moving? What is South Africa moving to the rest of the BRICS member countries? That is what my question is really about. Emperor.
I think they are going to do exactly what they've been doing all these years, their resources. And the fact that we have all these gold reserves and everything, we have all these gold, and still we are struggling with our currency. I think that is what exactly the BRICS is here to solve, where your currency is going to depend on what resources you have and what you trade on the market. Not because some country tells you to trade with their currency. And the fact that if you check the Americans, their defensive position is the fact that the reserve currency of the entire world is their dollar. So if you change from there, it's going to hurt them. But it's not going to hurt Ghana. How is it going to hurt Ghana? I think the fact that we trade with the dollars on the world market, that's hurt us more than it helps us. So if BRICS is going to offer us an opportunity to change that, I don't care about what happens. I care about the fact that I can go to the market with the small money that I have and feel okay. I can buy whatever I want to buy. Today you go to the market, how much is an iron? How much is a television? You compare that with a bag of cocoa. And you see that there is a mismatch. I don't need to do rocket science. I don't need to be an accountant to understand that there is a disadvantage with the fact that we trade on the world market with dollars. So if BRICS is going to take us out of that, it is left for us to think and go for it.
Thank you so much, Emperor Khan. Thank you so much, George, for your time. I like his perspective. We now have an alternative with currencies. It makes sense. Let me read a few comments on TikTok so we can move forward. Sergeant Ajete says Ghana needs that, as in Ghana needs BRICS. Okay. Thank you for the gift. Those who have sent us the gift on TikTok. Emperor Khan, thank you so much for the gift. African Re-Evolution says cocoa or any raw material is useless without value addition. Exactly. If you are going to be a member of the BRICS and you are still going to be shipping your cocoa in the raw state, it is similar to just being a part of the EU or shipping it to the EU. Same thing. If we are going to be a member of the BRICS and then add value to our cocoa and ship it, that is fine. But if Ghana is joining the BRICS, if Ghana should join the BRICS, my question to Ghana government is, are we ready to produce? Even the cocoa, we are cutting the trees down. Are we ready? I'll tell President John Dramani Mahama, before he thinks of joining the BRICS, we should start a cocoa farm for the state. The biggest cocoa farm ever made by Ghana, bigger than any other cocoa farm in the world. 1,000 hectares of cocoa farm owned by the state, so that when we join, we have multiple things to bring to the table. We can bring all that chocolate. Remember, once you join BRICS, you should have something to bring to the table. If Ghana is producing so much chocolate, BRICS will love to buy from us because we are giving them good price. They are not buying from Europe. The price of chocolate from Europe is super expensive compared to buying from us. So that is what I'm saying. We will have to come up with something innovative to bring to the table. We cannot be bringing our raw materials. It wouldn't make any difference, ladies and gentlemen. It wouldn't make any difference. For all those who are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for being a part of this. And those on TikTok, God bless you. This is Tuntum Network. This is going to be our new standard. Moving forward, we are bringing you live shows on these two platforms. We are doing sports, politics, religion, business, lifestyle, all of it. Different hosts on this platform, 12 hours in a day, 8:30 a.m. Ghana time to 8:30 p.m. Ghana time, 12 hours every day, different programs, ladies and gentlemen. So BRICS is good. BRICS is good. I don't have a problem with it so long as you are producing. George, do we have another call online? Not yet. All right, let's move on. Now, have you heard of this? Since Trump became president, that was yesterday, the man has signed almost 30 executive laws into motion. He has just signed all of them. The day he became president, he started signing. I don't know if you guys watched the swearing in. He signed it right there and then. Signed. And he got to a point where he was speaking to the people. You would see President Obama seated here, President Clinton on this side, his wife Hillary, and George Bush and his wife, and who was there? Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And Trump was like, moving forward under my administration, United States of America will only accept two genders. There is only two genders known to the USA. Moving on from now to whenever Trump is done, it is only going to be male and female. Ladies and gentlemen, did you watch it? Trump said it's only going to be male and female. And a lot of people are pissed off. People are cursing him. They are cursing and they are saying all manner of things against him. Would you want to have a president like Trump as president of your country in Africa? That is a topic I want us to discuss. Because I love the man. If you look behind me, I have a portrait of the people that have helped shape my life. And right here on this side, if you look closely, right here on this side is Trump. Let me move over so you can see. It's Trump when they attempted to murder him during his campaign. When they attempted to murder him, the man stood up and still pumped his hand in the air and said, fight. Listen, you may not like Trump. You may not like him at all. I like him. And I'll tell you why I like him and why I want us to talk about this. I Am Jane said, I watched it. Nice one. J. Barfor Samuel, wish you can speak with my grandfather on phone. His internet is failing him, so he can't join on TikTok. Too bad that that old man can't join. I'm really, really, really sorry. I don't want to add the phone to it. Maybe eventually. We don't have the financial muscle at this point to add all of that to it. Maybe eventually we'll add a toll-free phone number to it so people can call from wherever. But at this point, you can only call or make a request on TikTok. I did and agree with him because this lunacy of gender doesn't help make America a great country. Coming from Emperor Khan, I love Donald Trump, and I'll tell you why I love Donald Trump. If I had a president like Trump in Ghana, if we had a president like Trump in Ghana, everything Trump is doing for America is what I desire for the president of Ghana to do for Ghanaians. Who is it? Beloved Humble. All right, let's put him on. Beloved, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, I think there's a little bit of noise at your background. Listen.
Okay, it's okay now.
It is okay now. It is okay now. Which topic do you want to contribute on?
Can you rephrase it again?
I'm asking. We have spoken about Nigeria joining the BRICS. We have talked about the killings of the Galamseyers in Ghana at AGA, Anglo Gold Ashanti. And now I'm talking about Trump's swear-in and the laws he has signed in motion. Which one do you want to talk about?
Our motherland.
Okay, so which one? Is it the Nigeria one or is it the Ghana one with the Galamseyers? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Absolutely, what happened a few days ago, it was unethical, uncultured behavior exhibited by the military personnel. This is a clear indication that the level of training they've acquired is below average, and we should not condone or massage things of such. And I honestly, vehemently disagree that all those involved in the crime appear before the law and justice be done accordingly. Because if the military man can deny the fact that the Galamseyers were armless, but allegedly accusing them being armed to the level that none of them been injured or none of them been unalived. But with the Galamseyers, they were able to be eliminated because they have no any supernatural force within them, or they wearing a metallic cloth. But with the military, they are able to protect themselves with their metallic attire so that the bullets will not penetrate them. This is a clear fallacy. And I think in going forward, the level in which we used to deploy military men to be scrutinized, well assessed, not SH graduates should be based on recruiting military personnel. The level of education should be advanced. The level of training should be advanced. The level of patriotism should be advanced before you can deploy you into the military sector. There should not be a circumstance where protocols operate in our military organization. When that is done, this is where we produce competent, patriotic security personnel to turn as a threat to their very own. So, in going forward, Mr. President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we urge him to condemn the act that was being made, and immediately those involved or the perpetrators should appear before the law.
All right, thank you so much.
And aside that, also I would like to contribute a little bit on the BRICS. Joining the BRICS is a big blow to the West because it will help us economically when it comes to foreign trade. The BRICS is a game changer if only we understood it and put our things in order. And I'll urge Ghana to prepare himself to join the BRICS by doing all that it takes to qualify him. Not to go much, I'll pause here for someone else to come.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right. Now, thank you for your submission. That came from Beloved. What do you call? Beloved came in strong, talking about the killings and how our soldiers are trained. All right. But let me get back to the topic of Trump and his swearing in and the things he said, and talk about why I would prefer a president like Trump for my country, Ghana, or any country in Africa for that matter. Everything the man is doing for America is what I wish our presidents are doing for our countries. Very simple. Look at the southern border of America. Look at the southern border. The border was just open. People were just walking in from wherever they came from, and there's no background check. I mean, I don't know where you live on this continent. I don't know where you live. I don't know your mindset, and I am a Pan-Africanist. But if you wake up one day and you see people coming into your country and they have no background check, there is nothing like passport information taken of them. They are just coming in. We don't know where they are going, and you don't know their mission of them coming into your country. That should scare you, ladies and gentlemen. That should scare you. And that is what was happening in America. We are told it's estimated about 13 million people walked their way across the border into the country, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how you take it, but in as much as I am a Pan-Africanist, I want to see people come into the country, any country in the world for that matter, in the right channel, so that there is data taken of you. Data must be taken of you. You cannot just pick your bag, pass through any route, and enter any country. Who does that? Who can enter anybody's home from any direction you want? Can you just go into somebody's home through the window? It is not done. But this was the case in America. Millions of people went in there, and you don't know where they are and what they are doing and why they came there, ladies and gentlemen. And then you have a president who shows up and says, when I am elected, I'm taking all these people back. I seriously don't doubt if you had a president like this, you would hate him. I don't think you hate him. I think you love him. I think you love him for the mere fact that everybody in the country was going crazy. You watch TVs in America and you see a baker, and I'll never stop talking about this story. A baker baking cake, baked cake, and you see a couple walk to him, a man, and say, we want you to bake the cake for us. And the baker says, no, I'm willing to bake the cake, but I'm not willing to put on two males kissing on the cake. And the cake baker is taken to court and jailed. This is happening in America. This is happening in America. So what about the right of the baker? Does he have a right to not bake for whoever he doesn't want to bake for? And his bakery is shut down. Same thing happened to a pastor of a church. And two couples walk into the church. We want you to bless our wedding for us. He says, no, I don't believe in that. You can get any other pastor to bless your wedding, but I'm not doing it. It's not happening. Guess what happens to the pastor? He's prosecuted in court. Then you find this president who walks in and says, all that nonsense, we have to put it aside. All that nonsense. There is this policy in America that I really didn't understand. There is a policy in America called DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I never really understood it, and I've read so many articles about it. So when I saw Trump talk about removing every DEI policy in hiring and firing people at the workplace, I was like, yeah. Let me give you an example. When you want to hire people, is it based on merit or is it based on the color of their skin? If you want people to do a certain job for you, are you looking at hiring the people who are really qualified to do it, as in a doctor? Do you want to find the best doctor to operate the surgery on you, or do you want to find a doctor because he is of the same skin color of yours? What are you actually looking for? Are you looking for solutions, or you are looking to play a racial card? And that is what was happening in America. People were losing their jobs not because they weren't qualified, but because there were too many of those race of people in this industry. So a deliberate action was taken to remove some of them and bring others from other. Listen. I don't know how you see it. I don't know how you explain it. But on any given day, ladies and gentlemen, I support the fact that people should be hired based on their merit. Not because the person is black. Not, for instance, Joe Biden was asked, who are you going to pick as your running mate? Joe Biden says it definitely has to be a black person. Why? So it is not about whoever is qualified, but for black. Why black? Because he wants to appeal to the black people. I would never lie down on any bed in a hospital and say to myself or the doctors or the administration of the hospital that give me a surgeon who is black or who is white. No, what I'm asking for is give me the most qualified surgeon to operate on me. I'm not going to sit in an airplane and say, give me a black man pilot. I don't want to say that. Is he qualified? Is he qualified? If he's qualified, does he have the experience? Can he handle it? That is what I care about. And the moment human beings move from dealing with people on merit and now move to racial reasons behind why people are hired or employed, it is chaotic. And that is when you don't perform. I never understood that policy, the DEI policy. I never understood it. I thought it made no sense. Made no sense. And another policy that I really didn't understand. Let me read a few comments here before I get carried away. He also signed an executive order to leave World Health Organization. He also signed an executive order to leave Paris. What is it? Paris something. Paris. What is it? Paris Climate Agreement. The Paris Climate Agreement. And Trump gave reasons why he said America will have to get out of the climate agreement. Why? Because it appears America is paying so much and the rest of the countries are not paying. Even in NATO, America is paying so much and the rest of Europe is not paying. So Trump is a businessman, and that is what I want for Ghana. I want a president who wants to do business with Ghana. Not a president who is coming to appeal to people's feelings, appeal to people's sentiment, and always trying to cater to people's way of thinking and all of that. We need a job done. Can we get the job done? That is the kind of president we are looking for. That is the kind of president we are. If it is not benefiting the country, let's get out of it. Let's get out of it. Because we are throwing too much money into it and we are not really making anything out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see American sports, an American sport, swimming, and you see a full-grown man, 6'4", about 250 pounds, 250, 270 pounds, 6'4", describe himself as a woman and is swimming with women. Man, this is crazy. This is tough. Let me read a message from YouTube. The cathedral in Accra was built. Is it built for LGBTQ marriages? Sarah Abuaku Adai says the cathedral in Accra was being built for LGBTQ marriages. No, remember, the guy who was contracted to take it is a sympathizer of the LGBTQ community. David Ajayi. David Ajayi is a known, he's not hiding it. He's a known activist of the LGBTQ community. He's a known activist. He supports their movement. I'm not saying he's involved in it. So if a guy like this is building a cathedral for you, he may want to incorporate some aspect of whatever to make LGBTQ community people feel welcome. Why would you want to hire him in the first place, knowing that, it is what it is. It is what it is. Then a grown man, 6'4" man, 6'4", with muscles. The guy is big and tall, 250, 270 pounds. And this man says, I'm a lady. I want to compete in the ladies' sports. And he beats everybody, including the world champion. Beats everybody by a mile. Beats everybody. I don't know. I just don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, ladies and gentlemen. Trump comes in and says, I am rescinding that law. From henceforth, no biological male can participate in a biological female sport. That is what Trump did. First day, no biological male can participate in a sport for biological females. It is not happening. It is not happening. If you want to be like a girl, fine. Walk like a girl. Talk like a girl. But now you want to compete the girls. And the interesting part of all of that, Josh, the interesting part of all of that is the female personality of the year. I think in 2019 was won by a transgender. So they couldn't find one woman, a real biological woman, to be the female personality of the year. It was won by a man who has transitioned to be a woman. Wow. It is just men taking the freedoms and the rights and the privileges of women away. That is how I see it. Men taking all of that away. Simple. There is nothing more, nothing less. They are just taking it away. Because if you're a man and you walk into any female sport, definitely you are going to make an impact, no matter how bad you are. When Serena Williams, the world number one, when she was asked about playing in male sport, he said, it is a total different game. That is her words. You can go online and Google it. She said, it's a total different sport when the men are playing. They serve faster, it's harder, they move quicker, Meanwhile, a bunch of women were saying she's better than all the men. Wow. But Trump shows up and says, you guys are all confused. Let me sign that law out so that you don't get confused. From henceforth, no biological male will participate in a sport for biological female. Strangely, no biological female is fighting to come and play in a biological male sport. No biological female is fighting, trying to get into a biological male sport because they know it is a different sport when they get into it. You get knocked out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we need a different platform. We need a different platform that brings the rest of Africa together. We need a platform that brings all of Africa together. People calling from wherever. Let's have that discussion in real time, not just on video. I may do a video and post it. When you respond to it, I may respond, but that is later. This one is live. Let's talk on live issues, things that are happening across Africa, so that when you are in Kigali, in Rwanda, you can call in. On TikTok, you can. When you are in Pretoria, in South Africa, you can call in. When you are in Babani, in Swaziland, you can call in. When you are in Lagos in Nigeria, you can call in. That is what we should do. All the things the Europeans have done for themselves, that brings them on the same platform. We have to have our version of it in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuntum Network. Welcome. Also, the birthright citizenship has come to an end. Yes, anybody just walks to America, and then the moment you give birth in America, boom, your child is a national, is a citizen. You can get pregnant anywhere in the world, find your way into America and give birth, boom. This thing, no country does this except America. For so many years, no country in the world does this. There is not even one country that does this. I don't know any country that does it. That your father is not an American citizen, your mother is not an American citizen, they don't have residence in America, they are just visitors. But the moment you give birth, boom, you are nationals. Ish. If I am lying, please let me know. Trump comes in and says, it's over. I'm signing that thing out. Cancel. 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 Man, I think we need a president like Trump in Ghana. We need a president like Trump in Ghana. How would it be like if we had a president like Trump in Nigeria? George, how would it be like if there was a president like Trump in Nigeria? Do we have any Nigerians on this platform? Beatrice Boateng says, crazy world we live in, where good is now evil and evil is now good. Beatrice Boateng on YouTube. Good is evil, evil is good. And I was so happy when I saw all these tech giants. All the tech giants were humble. They came to the swearing in. They all want to be on the good side of Trump, because most of them were working against him, and yet the man won. So what is going to happen? What is next? Everybody is speculating. Everybody is speculating. Even the owner of TikTok was there. The owner of TikTok was there. Everybody wants to be on the good side of Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. We need a president like Trump in Ghana. We need a president like Trump in Ghana, guys. I think a country like Nigeria could use a president like Trump. A country like South Africa could use a president like Trump. If you put a president like Trump in South Africa, you know what is going to happen? Let me tell you exactly what is going to happen. If you put a president like Trump in South Africa, in less than 3 months, there will be about 1 million deportations. Who is requesting? Hansen. Hassan Life. Put him on. Put him on. Okay. If you have a president like Trump in South Africa, in less than 3 months, there will be about 1 million deportations. 1 million deportations of other African nationals. Hassan, you are welcome to Tuntum Network Live. What's happening?
Oh, everything is good. Everything is good.
Nice one.
What about you?
I'm doing excellent. How's the sound over there? Is it good?
The what?
The sound, my sound, is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's pretty good.
Perfect. All right, so which topic do you want to handle? Is it Trump? Is it Nigeria with BRICS? Is it Ghana with the Galamseyers that were gunned down? Which one do you want to talk about?
Actually, I'm going to talk about Trump, because Trump is the best president so far. Because if other presidents in Africa decide to do what he's doing, I think our country will be better.
Right.
Yes. You know what? Ending the birthright will solve a lot of African problems, especially when it comes to political and administrative mismanagement. The birthright is the main reason why African leaders are looting Africa to come to America. If he stopped that, it's going to really solve African problems. Yes. In fact, I wish Mr. Mahama react like President Donald Trump, so we can reset Ghana. He's a man of action.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can see. We all love Trump.
Man, you know how many times I prayed for Trump to win? As if he's winning for Ghana. I'm sitting in Africa praying for a president in America to win. I asked myself,
Yeah,
why?
because
Why am I praying for this guy?
do you know number of people that praying for Traore Ibrahim?
Yes, like myself, I pray for Traore to succeed.
I always said this. When you hear a good leader talking, you feel the human in them.
That's right.
Everybody want that spirit. The spirit of truth. The spirit of love for others. So Trump is the best.
Thank you
That's all
so
I can say
much.
this morning.
Hustle life. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I mean,
Welcome.
how would South Africa be like? Yeah, George, you can take him out. How would South Africa be like if they had a president like Trump in South Africa? I tell you this, and I kid you not. If South Africa had a president like Trump in 1 month or maximum 3 months, there will be more than 1 million deportations. 1 million deportations of other African nationals from South Africa. Do you know how many illegal immigrants are there in South Africa? From Ghana, from Nigeria, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Uganda, especially from Zimbabwe, Mozambique. You have no idea. You have no idea. Trump walks in as president of South Africa, immediately, bam, bam, like 1 million people are deported. Let me read a comment from MP Ram. MP Ram says, excited that I catch this live. One Africa, I enjoy watching and listening to you. Nice one. He wanted to call in, but unfortunately you don't have that option on YouTube. You have to call in from TikTok. Happy there are Africans who prayed for Trump. I'm one of them. Seems he doesn't find favor amongst many Africans because of immigration. Listen, I always pray for Trump. And everything he's doing for America, I wish we had a president doing it for my country. I would never be happy if I am in Ghana and we see every people coming from everywhere, from the borders walking in with no background check, no documentation. We don't know where they are coming from. No. I'm a Pan-Africanist, but you have to go through a system so that we know you. We want to know who you are, where you are coming from, and your agenda. That is all. You cannot just pick your bag and walk in. Walk in how? No, who will do that? No. I have Kwame Nkrumah at my back. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm asking for open borders in Africa, but open borders with information given, database, where people are moving with some form of identification. But if there is no identification, who are you? Where are you from? What is your mission here? If there is a crime committed and we are looking for the culprit, we get on the scene, we pick samples of fingerprints. What data are we going to match that with if the people are not captured in the computers? Where are we going to match it, ladies and gentlemen? Who? Naneje, hey Boga. Naneje, can you hear me? Is Naneje on? Naneje?
Yes, I'm on.
Nice one. Naneje, which topic do you want us to talk about?
You know the topic that about Trump.
Okay, go ahead.
You know the thing is, Saros. I don't know. I'm hearing myself twice. I don't know why.
Is it on loudspeaker?
I think so.
Maybe that is the reason. But I hear you perfectly. The people on the platform also hear you perfectly.
Okay, let me put it off then. I think that will be better.
Okay.
Now hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Like I was saying,
Okay.
Mahama is in the same situation as Trump.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why these people they cannot be patriotic, because I don't understand. If Mahama wants, his party can stay for coming decades. He can open the door for this party that is in it. He's the head of. The chance that he have been gotten, of that Ghanaians have given to him, he doesn't even understand what it is. So for me, it's very strange to see things going on in Ghana, how things are going on. I don't understand. You are a president, just come on TV, and then tell your people and say to them, oh, stop with all those things. Give me some time to work on those things. Give me some time to fulfill my promises. Because he's just president for just 2 weeks. So I don't understand. But if he doesn't say anything, and this kind of things in Ghana goes on, believe me, he will not. They will finish him in just even like within 1 year time. He can move Ghana. I don't know, very far, but I don't know why.
Maybe because he's still very young. We're still still fresh being president back again. Maybe it's too early for him. He's taking things slow. I assume that is the reason why it looks as if it's not moving that fast. But I'm sure in the coming weeks he may change the way he's operating.
Yeah, you are right, Cyrus. But what I'm trying to say is, if you come, he's not the president. People are dying. People are, looting. All those things is not good for your start of your presidency.
Right.
Because you, as president, you will be held responsibility.
Responsible. Right.
Yes, 100%. So if he comes and explain and talk to the Ghanaians, people will understand.
I get your point. I get your point. At least he should come out and speak to Ghanaians.
Yes.
I get your point. I get your point. Thank you so much.
And the thing is, Trump is there for himself most, but because of he's doing it for himself, a lot of people have benefits. A lot of Americans are going to benefit from it. Because everything that Trump do is Trump first. You get what I mean?
I'm listening.
That is how it is. I've been following American politics very close for a very long time. The only thing is, he is there and he doesn't want to help the whole world. He wants to help only himself. And that is being American, if you are American. And first you have to help yourself to be ordered to help others. And that's how it is.
I get your point, Aneje. I get your point. You have to help yourself first, and then you can help other people. I get your point. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Let me read a couple of messages from here. Who? I sent you a message, bro. Okay. All right, so you can take Aneje off. Let me read a couple of messages from here. Ram says, if you don't know, I don't know if you've heard of Stillfontein mine issue. I heard of it. I think it happened a couple of days ago when some illegal miners were trapped underground or something like that. An interesting story about how Africans simply don't want to respect others. We had 14 years old Africans underground in SA mines. I watched it on SABC. I watched it. Let me read another message from. If you want to send in a message, please send it whether on YouTube or on TikTok. Please send it in. Big Bro Deco says, but that can't work because in Europe you can travel to all member countries without passing through border. Big Bro Deco, sorry, I think you lost the whole thing. Europe has one database of what do you call immigration. The immigration system of Europe is one database, so that when you issue a Schengen visa to somebody in Ghana to go to Switzerland or Germany, the people in Norway or let's say Spain have access to that visa. So it is one country. That is why they can open the borders. Because of the Schengen arrangement, they all have the same database. So the moment you are given a visa, they know you. So it's different from America. In America's case, people literally walked across the border with no ID. They just walked in. You don't know where they came from. Some walked all the way from China, came from China, Africa, Southern America, Europe, all over the place. So that is very different from what you are describing. In Schengen, in Europe, the moment they give you visa, it is like Germany giving you the visa. It's like Spain giving you the visa. No matter the Schengen country that gave you the visa, it is like the other Schengen countries give you the visa, because they share the same database. They don't need to scrutinize you again. They know you. And that is what I'm saying. You should be known. But in Africa, if Ghana gives you a visa, Burkina Faso doesn't know anything about it. So you cannot use a visa given to you to come to Ghana to travel to Burkina Faso. It doesn't work like that. So what you are describing is two different things. MP Ram says Africa is not Europe. Why open borders in a continent with never-ending coups, insecurities, Boko Haram, etc.? Let me read a few comments from WhatsApp. TikTok. Trump is resetting America. I wish Mahama emulate. That is what I'm wishing for. The birthright is the main reason African leaders are looting Africa to come to America. From nowhere you get to America, you have a baby. The baby is an American citizen. Whether the parents are Americans, whether they have resident permit, it doesn't matter. The moment you are born in America, boom, you are American. Trump says it's over. Trump says it's over. And this morning I was told that Trump has suspended all visa application interviews in all American embassies. Trump has suspended all visa application interviews in all American embassies, something like that. So all the interviews are suspended until further notice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very bad for so many people who have to travel for whatever reason. Very, very bad. But this is my life. This is the kind of lifestyle I live. I live a life in such a way that I take control over the things I can control. The things other countries can control, I know I have no power or authority over it. So when they have instituted their laws, I am not going to cry over it. And why did you do that? What should I do next? What is left for? What is my option? That is how I behave. Whatever people will say about you, you cannot control it. Some say you are an idiot. Some say you are not smart. Some say you are ugly. You can't control that. What you can control is your reaction. And those are the things I care about, ladies and gentlemen. So for those who have been, whose visas have been suspended until further notice, maybe you have to stay here. Maybe you have to look at something else. Maybe you have to invest here. Maybe something must come up. I don't know. But it is what it is. Who do we have on the line? I am Jane Well. Put it on. Let's have some female voice. I am Jane Well. Guys, if you want to support us on TikTok, please do us a favor and send us some gifts. Well, thank you so much. I am Jane Well. Welcome to Tuntum Network.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Yes, madam.
Cyrus, Trump,
okay, go ahead.
I think, we want a president like Trump.
Right.
This is the whole world will be jubilated, especially Africans.
Right.
Nigeria, be a Trump because they are happy say Papa. But the thing is, Trump not a problem with that. It's honorable Canadian Japan or somebody are not but we had a problem with that. I said, yeah, admire near my way, but we don't want that personality away home.
Okay, let me ask. I am Jewel.
Yes.
Canada, Japan, Trump. You really think Canada, Japan is like Trump?
No, I'm not saying entirely, but
Okay.
I think no, the part of one now, Canada, Japan is
Yeah. He's he was the Trump of Ghana, and then something happened. And okay.
Let's just be honest to ourselves.
Yes.
100% or not. But on that, you can't Ghana for us. Whether MPP and this.
Right, you are right. Right.
But yeah, best I admire Trump, but we don't like somebody Trump will go.
Yes.
Imagine Trump or Ghana this year. You see, the Trump won't be disqualified because it doesn't sound like a Ghanaian. Because the way it doesn't sound like an American.
Yes.
We are so petty. You know, not disqualified. Meanwhile, the person can do their job. So I'm not paying sorry. Honorable Hopes Nadoya Abacho said, here we Samia Wuku Abane Yenti, from language, Samia Wuku Ayabia, of Offer to move him. This is the kind of people we have.
Wow.
Because Wabane Yenti.
Wow.
Anything to do with corruption or whatever. On cannot send you. Can you imagine?
Wow.
This kind of go and read it. It's there. This one is there. It is very bad. And you know, I don't know where we are going as Africans and also as Ghanaians. I don't know. I don't know. Because if we continue to do like this man has been in office less than 24 hours, and
yes.
It's very
that's right. It doesn't work anywhere.
America from World Health Organization. Or see, I said, benefit. Someone was spending too much money when it comes.
That's right.
Listen, there are so many Americans who are suffering. So we can. Anyway, there's common sense. What's our banner? Bema mutifi amawo abusuya amawo manage. What we dream of abusuya? No, they have to put things in place. That's exactly what this man is doing. Cyrus, I'm hoping that at least the president will say, because I think that sometimes because someone they have the same history. So Trump or 4 years was this man also have the same history. So I think say so also a shun in your panel, you know, to boy my God.
Thank you so much. I am Jane Well. Thank you. God bless you for your comment. Let me read a comment from Anita Casely Wilberforce. Says, Cyrus, I am sure Trump has pulled a major upset for same-sex couples applying for green cards. If you are same-sex couple and applying for green card in America, you are very likely you are not going to get it. Very, very likely. Very likely you are not getting it. If your reason for moving to America is because of whatever persecution, so you want to come to America and get married to same-sex whatever, I don't think it's happening under Trump's administration. The day I phone in, I will use my indigenous language and I expect you to fully understand it. I'm Venda from South Africa. Barimini, listen, I can speak some Venda, my brother. Barimini, you think I don't speak any Venda? I used to travel to Limpopo. What are you talking about, man? MP Ram, tell your grandfather that I used to stay and travel to Limpopo every now and then. The people I used to work with were all vendors. Vudzani, what do you call? Chitungulu. I used to be with all those people. So I understand your language. Man, you are shocked. This is happening on YouTube for those who are watching on YouTube. Man, I used to every morning. How did this guy greet me? Ronewa will say, yeah, either he says Barimini or he says, I forgot. I used to speak some Venda, my brother, man. I used to speak some Venda. So maybe when you call in, tell your grandfather to also call in and speak some vendor. I'm sure I will be able to remember some of them. You have to promote my channel in your country. You have to promote it in South Africa. MP Ram, you have to promote Tuntum Network in South Africa. We want people from all over the continent to call in. We want contributions from everywhere. Yeah, and South Africa is a place I've lived. I love the people. I've had so much fun living in South Africa. So many memories. Living in Joburg, so many memories. So yeah, I lived there for about 2 years or so. So yeah. Let's see if we have some comments coming from here. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, don't ever mistaken Trump for Kennedy Japan. When Kennedy Japan started, it was like the Trump version for Ghana, and I was so excited about him. But he pulled one move he pulled, and I was like, damn, we nearly got fooled. We'll definitely do. I'm surprised that there aren't many South Africans here, because I know my people love this type of channels. Man, we just started today. We just started today. I'm telling you, this is the first day we are officially going live. The last time we did it, we had sound challenges. This is the first time the sound has been permanently fixed, so we can go live with our cameras. So I'll be bringing guests to the studio. If you want to call in on video, we will make arrangement for that so we can share the platform. Call in from wherever. Trust me, this is going to be big. Right. I nearly got confusing Trump for Kennedy Japan. I said Kennedy Japan is like Trump. Whatever Trump is saying is what Kennedy Japan is saying. It's not really the case. Until the man sat on TV and said, they came to me with X amount of money to make me leave the race. They came, and he started quoting figures that he was given to leave the competition. And I'm like, what? Have you seen those tapes? It's on TikTok. It's on YouTube. Go and look for them. Eventually, when our system is fully done, we'll be throwing all these things as we talk, so that you know that we are not just saying things from on top of our head. We really give you evidence of the things we say. That is when I realized this man is all about his money. He's all about his money. To be a president of a country, it has very little to do with money. You need money to put you there, but you need commitment, patriotism, a lot of self-denial, wanting the country to do better. You need to set yourself a vision where you say, this is what I want to leave as a legacy for my country before I leave. Those are the qualities people are looking for, not money. Everything coming out of that man's mouth is money. When a man tells you anything about himself, believe it. If somebody tells you something about himself, believe it. I'm telling you, this is something I found very hard to accept when I was coming up. Yes, I am equally no more a fan of Kennedy Japan. A lot of us left him. A lot of us, I was in so much support of him, I left him because of the things he was saying. When a man says something about himself to you, believe it. For instance, if you are playing with a guy and he tells you, listen, be careful with me, I'm a wicked guy, you don't know what I can do to you, be careful with me. When a guy tells you, I'm a wicked guy, believe it. Don't wait till he does something bad to you. Believe it. That is what I've come to understand. Before, I was struggling how to accept it. I always thought people just want to bluff, but I realized that the things they say, they are capable. When a man tells you that when I wake up from bed, all I care about or think about is argument and money. He said that. I didn't say it. When I get up from bed, all that I care about is argument and money, or fighting and money, something like that, he said. I'm like, what? So your life is all about money? Nah. This is not the kind of person I want to follow. No. It ain't happening. It's not happening. This is not the kind of person I want to follow. That was it for me. That was when I said, it's enough. I'm not following this guy again. Please help me share the link. Please like the page. Please share the link. Guys, you are not sharing the link. That is why we don't have so many people on live. But we can do so much better than that. On TikTok, we have about 52,000 followers. 52,000 followers on TikTok. On YouTube, we have 12.5 thousand subscribers. We have to share the link. Guys, we can do so much than this. If you find quality in what we are doing, if you want to help us, that is a little we are asking from you. Please share the link. Please help us whichever way you can. Whether you have to send it to some WhatsApp group and prompt some people to come check it out, please help us. We want to bring in the numbers so we can talk about things of importance on this continent. All right? And you'll be seeing different faces on this platform. All solid people. Solid people. If you want to do your advertisement on this platform, please hit me up in my DM. You go on YouTube, my email is there. You go on TikTok, my email, my WhatsApp number is there. You go into my DM, you can hit me up, and then we'll put you on. Ladies and gentlemen. If you are not a subscriber yet, I encourage you to do that. Please do that. Please do that. Do you have any caller online? All right. So, Trump case aside. Then we look at the other president I did an episode on. The president of El Salvador. I don't know. For some reason, this is the golden era. The golden era of having quality leadership. Are you aware this is happening in the world right now? President Bukele of El Salvador, the youngest president in that area. He's about 34 or 40. Let me see his age. 40 something. President Bukele is very young. Bukele. He's 43 years old. Nayib Bukele. The country was known to be the most notorious country in Southern America. Full of crime and gangs. Full of ritualists. Voodoo worshippers. People who are part of the gang. Tattooed all over their bodies. Their faces tattooed in El Salvador. The guy becomes president in a matter of 1 year. Starts cleaning the streets. Arrest over 44,000 criminals. 44,000 people are arrested from the street. He expands the prisons and starts the arrest, mass arrest. He throws the military, throws the police in the street, arrest them. Today, El Salvador is the second most peaceful, safest country in all of North and Southern America. North and Southern America, the second most peaceful behind Canada. Canada is the only country more peaceful than El Salvador, all because of one leader. And you are telling me Africans will have to change all our minds before Africa can change. You have no idea what you are talking about. All we need is one solid leadership. One Bukele. One Trump. That's it. All the people don't need to change their minds before the country can change. If you have one strong leadership, that's all. President Bukele, 43 years old. He came into office when he was less than 40. And now the country is quiet. Now women can go back in the street and sell. People can walk in the street past 8 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Before, by 4 p.m., everybody has gone home. Because the gangs will take over. The gangs will take over. They were colluding with the police, colluding with the military, robbing people. People have to pay briberies every day before they are allowed to sell in El Salvador. What is happening there now, ladies and gentlemen? Don't talk to me about Africans changing. Every African must change our attitude before Africa can develop. You are talking nonsense. Let me read a comment from here. Trust me, says Cyrus, I like this channel so much. Hence, I have been telling everyone in my orbit about your channel. Wow. We have to grow this healthy channel. Wow. Anita Casely Wilberforce. Anita, God bless you so much. Thank you so much for the support. I wish we had 1,000 of you. If we had 1,000 of you, we'll do well. Thank you so much. We have to share the link, guys. President Bukele, one man, he called the military chief, sat him here, called the police chief, sat him here, called the immigration chief, sat him here, and said, this is my plan. This is how I'm going to lock down the country, expand the prison services, expand this, expand that. I'm bringing in more arms. We are going to lock down the country, and we are going to prosecute all these criminals off the streets. And before he came, the previous president were afraid of the gangs, so much afraid of them, because they are not just gangs, they are also involved in voodoo worship. They have so many crazy worship system, religious beliefs in that country. But when the physical force of government comes down on you, your religious beliefs will disappear. All their voodoo worship and their chantings and their incantations, what happened? They are all arrested, naked in prison. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the new style of leadership. If you want Africa to prosper, you need strong men with strong hands, not people who are petting people around, who are catering to people's feelings, who are no. That's not going to work. That is never going to work. No. I love Ghana's president, but the strategy is coming with, I feel like he's going to be manipulated. His feelings are going to be manipulated. People are going to come in with a plea bargain. Please forgive me. You know, you have a family. If you put me in jail, this and that and da. And they will start calling in the chiefs. Asante Hene will be brought in. Gamanche will be brought in. And they'll be begging. Meanwhile, the person has blown the nation's money. He's blown it. And a thief stole a goat and is in jail for 5 years. And you have blown so much money. And you think you should be left scot-free. Ladies and gentlemen, if Mr. President is going to sit there with a soft glove, nothing will change in this country. Put President Trump in South Africa in 1 week. in 1 week. In 1 week, there will be 1 million deportations in South Africa. In 1 week, there will be 1 million deportations. Go through the street of Joburg, you hear all the languages in Africa. It's a melting pot. It's a melting pot in Joburg. All the languages. About 50% of them are illegal. 50, 60, 70% are illegal immigrants. They have no reason to be in South Africa. And they are there doing their own business. Some pushing drugs, prostitution, whatever they are doing, hijacking people's cars, all manner of crime. They are there. They are doing it. And when you are trying to catch them, you don't find any documents to catch them, because maybe he came through the border on an illegal route from Zimbabwe to South Africa. They have a lot of illegal routes, and he entered. How are you going to catch such a person? There is no database to make you, give you information to go look for them. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. And I have the experience of crossing over from South Africa to Zimbabwe, so I know what happens on the border. One time I was crossing over because I had to go and renew my visa, and on the border I learned a lot. For those who have never been on that side of Africa, I learned a lot on that border. From Joburg, I traveled all the way to the border to cross over to Zimbabwe. On the border, thousands of Zimbabwean youth arrested using illegal routes to enter South Africa. Thousands. And they are brought there, they have been chained, they have been locked in. I mean, these guys will come in either way. They are just trying to come in. It doesn't work like that. There is a system. There is a system, ladies and gentlemen. There is a system. You cannot just wake up, pick your bag, and move to another person's country because you don't like your country. You need a visa. You need a passport. You need a reason to be there. You can't just do that. You cannot come to my house, pass through the window, and expect me to accept you in my house. You came to my house through the window. You want me to accept you in the house? It's not happening. It's not happening. Wow, I'm so excited with the way The internet is stable on both ends, YouTube and TikTok. Perfect. Excellent on YouTube. Wow. This is the maiden edition. From henceforth, we know we have a solid team. We are getting the job done. Wow. Please help us share the link. I encourage you to please help us share the link. You have to help us. Tuntum Network must grow. We have to grow. We have to get bigger than this. 12.5K on YouTube is too small. We should be around 250,000 K. Something like that. We have to work hard and get there. I'm bringing the show to an end. 4:30 is up. I'm bringing the show to an end. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Now we know the platform is set. So we are going to start running our shows live. So make sure you join us from morning till evening, 8:30 a.m. Ghana time to 8:30 p.m. Ghana time. That will mean, I think, 10:30 a.m. in South Africa, because they lead us with about 2 hours. I think so. Is it 1 hour or 2 hours? Yeah, Nigeria leads us with 1 hour. So that will be about 9:30 Nigeria time and 10:30 South African time. Similar time in the UK, or 1 hour ahead in the UK. I think 6 hours in America. We lead them with 6 hours or so in America, depending on the state you are in. So please make it a point to join us. This is going to be the new TV, the new media, coming to you live from Tesano in Accra, Ghana. My name is Cyrus. This is Tumtum Network. We are bringing you politics, geopolitics on the continent. We are bringing you sports. We are bringing you business, business ideas, new business platforms across the continent. It's all about Africa. I really care about this continent because we are tired as a people. We are so disrespected everywhere we go. We are so maligned everywhere we go. It is so painful. It's so painful that as a young man, I traveled to Malaysia. I went to Malaysia to university. I go to Malaysia, I've dressed, I'm looking good. I think I'm in nice apparel. I'm excited. I'm a new guy in Kuala Lumpur, and I'm walking in town. I enter into the lift. Everybody runs out of the lift. Can you believe it? That was the day my spirit left my body. My soul left my body. So from that day, I was like, no. Now the interview with my grandfather can be done online. He will educate us a lot. Ajay Bafo Samuel. Nice one. A young guy in Kuala Lumpur, 2006. I'm excited. I'm in school. I'm in a new country. I'm wearing my nice shirt, with some perfume on my body and all of that. I'm going to school. I enter into the lift. All the people in the lift run out. Why? Because a black man just entered the lift. Oh. Have you experienced this before? Let me see those on live on TikTok. Have you experienced this before? Guys, let me hear from you. Have you experienced this type of racism before? When I experienced this, I said to myself, no, this is not my home. This is not my place. No. Then on top of that, after a few days, I went to KLCC. Those who know it, they know it. I went to KLCC. I got on the subway, the train, the monorail. I got on it. When I entered the subway, everybody parted ways. I entered the subway, I entered the coach, everybody parted ways. They literally left the coach. The coach has a seating for about 20 people, 20 seats, 10 here, 10 there, and then the people who stand on the side. Everybody left the coach and moved to the other one. And I was sitting there like that, like, what just happened? Man, my soul left my body. This is our only home, guys. We have nowhere to go. Africans, we have nowhere else to go. I'm telling you. They don't like us like you think. Nobody really likes you. They don't like your hair. They don't like your skin. They don't like the fact that you are so strong. They don't like the fact that you can have so many kids. They don't like the fact that you live so healthily. They don't like it. Nobody likes it. You are a threat to their society. Nobody really likes you like that. I said to myself, nah, this place is not my home. This place is not my home. I have to go home. Every day I was experiencing different levels of racism. Every day in Malaysia. Every day. Every day. Oh, every day. Travel to China, it got even worse. Travel to China, it got even worse. Worse. Went to China, went to teach English. I went to teach English in a town. I don't blame them because the town hadn't seen a black man before. So I was like the first black man in that town. The whole town came out to the train station. When I got out of the train, the whole town, the village people came out. Everybody was rubbing their hands on my skin. And I was like, okay, maybe after 1 week they'll stop. Maybe after 1 month they'll stop. Maybe after 3 months they'll stop. They never stopped. In fact, the mothers, the parents of the kids joined their kids whenever it was time for English. In the school, the parents will come and sit in the classroom because they were so fearful whether I'm going to eat up the kids or something. Man, they were so afraid of what I'm going to do to the kids. So whenever it's English time, you see the parents rush in and come and sit down. They want to see what I'm about to do. Whether I'm going to tear them apart or kill them or whatever. And I'm just there, young guy trying to teach English, make ends meet. Oh, Mispa, it's a sad thing. It's a sad experience. I'm telling you. Sad experience. After class, they come to you, they touch your skin and ask you. Man, the more I remember these things, the more I laugh. The Chinese in 2008 or 9, they rub their hands on my skin. They ask you, is it because you drink too much Coca-Cola? That's why. That's why your skin is like Coca-Cola. It's very black like Coca-Cola. Oh man, I was like, really? Then they ask you, in your country, are you very close to the sun? I'm like, yeah, we are literally inside the sun. Man, these days it messes up with your brain. It messes up your brain. I mean, they ask you all manner of questions. You are like, why? How do you even come up with these questions? Do you bath? So when you bath, is the water still? They want to know. What towel do you use? Do you use towel? Is it, what color is it? So will the black peel off? Sometimes it's so funny, I just laugh with them. Sometimes it's just funny. It is crazy. Sometimes they tell you to travel and see. Now Europe is so open. America is so open. They are so used to black people. Asia is becoming so open, used to black people. So, I mean, those who are traveling now, they wouldn't have the same experience. No. They wouldn't have the same experience. They can ask some funny questions. They can walk into a restaurant and see you and do this. They hold their they walk into the restaurant, they see you, they hold their nose. Oh. Man, Samuel Amwako says, Cyrus, I'm in UAE and the same thing is happening here. You will meet them in the mall and they will hold your nose and they hold their nose, meaning your body smell. They did this to me in 2008, 2006. You enter the place, they hold your nose. My God. As a human being, when somebody does this to you, and most of the time, the people who do this to you are the most ugliest guys. The most ugliest MFs. Samuel, the most ugliest MFs are the ones who do that to you. The most ugliest SOBs, those are the ones who do that to you. And they hold their nose. And I'm like, I thought I was wearing the nicest shirt. I thought I was looking so good. I thought I was so gentle. Oh God, it is not so. These guys see you differently. Man. Ish. In your country, do you have water? In your country, do you only drink Coca-Cola? In your country, are you very close to the sun? They are asking questions after questions after questions. So maybe you have not been bathing for a long time. That is why your skin is the way it is. You try to explain. They are like, nah. You get tired. You are sitting somewhere eating your meal. People are passing and touching your hair. Oh. People are passing and touching your hair. And you have no idea what is in their hands. They just touch your hair and go. Crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy stuff. But it's good to be experienced. So that the information you give is not out of a textbook, but this is experiential, not a textbook one. I'm bringing the show to an end because we are thankful that today everything is set properly. We'll end it here, and then from tomorrow or Wednesday, bam. Today is what, Tuesday? Okay, so maybe tomorrow we start with all the programs. It's been a wonderful time having you guys on board. Wonderful. If you have a product you want to advertise, please think about us. Our charges are very small, very, very small. Our charges are very minimal. Trust me, we are not taking all your capital. Very small, just to keep us afloat. So if you have a product you want to advertise, the numbers are going to come up. It's going to be big. I promise you, Tuntum Network is going to be big. So come early so we know you, so we can give you the best offer. Don't wait till when we are very big and you tell us, Tuntum, I've been with you all this while. What were you waiting for? Help us when we are still young. Help us grow when we are still young. Guys, I have to bring the show to an end. God bless everyone who made time to show up on our platform tonight and this morning, this afternoon and this morning. Tonight, Tuntum Network, 6 p.m. I'm not coming live. So I'll catch you tomorrow morning when we start rolling out our programs, or maybe on Thursday. We'll use tomorrow to, I don't know if you guys like the background, my new background. I don't know if you guys love it. These are my heroes. For those who know them, you know them. These are my heroes. Yeah. All right, let me read the last comment and then say bye-bye for now. The nonsense part is they don't baffle. I'm a supervisor in my company accommodation. They wake up and put on their uniform. Ghana is our home, but I'm sad the way our leaders are running the country. Coming from Samuel Amwako on YouTube. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow, God willing, and we'll take it from there. God bless you guys. God bless Africa, and it's bye-bye for now.